structural support, which is the roof framing plan. Okay, so pag sinabi nating roof framing plan, ito po yung sa may structural support niyo po sa may bandang bubong. Tapos, of course, we have the truss or the trusses, depende po on how complex the roof plan is. We have the purlins, we have the sagrads. So, mukha lang po siya matrabaho pero madali lang yan. Okay? So, I have here some specifications. So, yung pinakadulo po ng roof framing plan natin, ang tawag po doon is fascia. And we're going to use an LC-shaped purlin. Yung sukat po niya is 2 by 6 inches by 1.2 mm in thickness. Yes, may thickness po sila. Pwede rin kayong gumamit ng 1.5 mm. Okay? Tapos yung purlins natin, their size is 2 inches by 4 inches. C purlins, 1.2 mm thick din po. On some cases, pwede kayong, kung medyo low budget si client, pwedeng 2 by 3 inches. Okay? And typically, they are spaced at 0.60 meters, center to center. Okay? Again, kung medyo tight yung budget ni client, we can go for 0.70. Okay? And then we have the cross bracing with turnbuckle 12 mm round plain bar. Ito po yun. Okay? So, usually, pag nakasiling po yung isang structure, hindi natin sila makikita, but you can try to observe what are the different components of a roof framing plan pag nasa mga open, ano kayo. For example, yung mga covered courts, ganon. Subukan yung tumingala. Okay? So, from time to time, you will master the different components of the roof framing system. Okay? And of course, we have the reinforcement towards our purlins, yung tinatawag nilang sagrad. Okay? So, pag nakahilera na yung mga purlins mo, meron pong reinforcement yan na 12 mm round bar. Okay? Uh, ang tawag po doon is sagrad. I know you are familiar with this, so it's just a short of refresher. And at the same time, para mas mag-guide ko po kayo dun sa pagda-draft. Okay? Again, we are just after drafting, but still dapat aware po tayo dito sa mga to. So, we are to use a scale of 1 is to 100 for this. Okay? So, after this yung roof framing, yung roof plan naman, which is madali lang naman siya. Okay? So, I'll close this one. I-share ko naman yung isa, which is the roof plan. Again, they just look, the roof framing plan just look complicated pero madali lang siya. And this is the roof plan, which is mas madali. Yan lang naman siya. So you're just going to copy from the roof framing plan itself. First, you have to reflect the beams. Yan, yung mga naka-hidden lines. And of course, you have to reflect the slope of your roof kung saan siya bababa. Okay? Yung pinaka-apex natin. Okay, and of course, the downspout. Typically, we use 3 inches PVC for downspout. And downspouts are located kung saan po nakatapat yung mga columns natin. Okay, although in some cases, merong part na hindi naman exactly na naka-align sa column. Pero most of the times, naka-align sila. In some cases, they are even embedded on columns. Okay? So anyway, for this, I already have some specifications, but you can go other than this, okay? So for example, ginamit ko dito sa gutter is box type 0.4 mm. Ah, sorry for this. May pre-painted siya dito tapos may stainless pa. Usually I use pre-painted. Pero sabi ko nga, if the budget, wala naman pong problema sa ano, sa wala naman problema dun sa budget ni client, you can go for stainless kasi mas magtatagal siya. I'm sorry for the ano, hindi pwedeng pre-painted siya tapos stainless. It's either pre-painted or stainless, okay? Tapos, of course, you have to specify again na meron kang firewall dito. And then, of course, the roof itself, I have used 0.40 mm thick pre-painted GI. This is the tile span, okay? So, you can use tile span yung parang sa clay roof. But for this one, for this profile na ginamit kong hatch, this is rib type, okay? Sorry for the typo. I was in a hurry earlier kasi. Tapos, meron siyang insulation. Okay? And then, meron siyang apron flashing dito. Okay? Again, this is paki-correct na lang. That is pre-painted. Okay, edit na lang natin later. And that is apron flashing. GI. GI stands for galvanized iron. Okay, so sila po yung madalas na ginagamit pagdating sa roofing, mga GI products. Okay, so I'll stop sharing this. And let's start with AutoCAD itself. Let's go with, eto. Edit ko lang ha. This is not tile span. This is rib type lang. Yung iba, pag meron tight, again, pag tight yung budget, 5 mm lang yun nilalagay. Pwede naman po. But the thicker your insulation is, of course, less heat penetration po. Lalo na pag summer season. So, again, this is not stainless. This is GI. Ayaw niya. Okay, there you go. So, I'll save it first. So, ganito, we're going to start with the foundation plan, okay? So, bago ko siya i-copy, of course, meron tayong isi-set na mga bagong layers. So, maybe you want to take note of them. Or alam ko nag-i-screenshot kayo. So, the first one is roof beam. Color niya is 11. Line type is continuous. Line width is 0.4. So, idadagdag po natin yan. It will be followed by trusses. Okay? Trusses, color niya is 72. Line type is continuous. Line width is 0.50. Mas makapal siya kasi main component siya ng roof framing. Okay? Although karamihan ngayon gumagamit sila, lalo na for shed type, meron gumagamit na hindi trusses yung ano nila. Mas matipid nga naman siya, lalo na kung contractor ka. But stability-wise, I still prefer the triangular trusses talaga na merong mga angle bars, okay? Anyway, this one for the line width is 0.50. And then we have purlins also. Purlins natin will be color number 20, line type is continuous, and 0.4 po yung uh, line weight niya or thickness niya. Next is the fascia. Fascia, ito po yung pinakadulo na kung saan naka-attach po yung gutter. Okay? After the fascia, we have the fascia board, and then after the fascia board, we have the gutter to be attached. We have the fascia, color is 50, line type is continuous, and line width is 0.50. Okay? Sagrad will follow. Okay? So for the Sagrads, sorry for this na double siya. For the Sagrad, I have used color 130. Okay? Line type is continuous and line width is 0.30. Okay? And last one will be the turnbuckle. Or sorry, that's not turnbuckle, that is cross bracing. Sorry for that. Last one is cross bracing. Color is 253. Line type is continuous and line weight is 0.2. Okay, wag na masyadong makapal kasi pag makapal lahat sila, hindi mo na makikita yung emphasis per member. Okay? So I'll be closing this one. Sorry. I have to turn on roof beam pala as my current layer. Okay? So double click ko lang siya. There you go. Now what you're going to do is from here, you're just copying a few. Okay, so let's see kung ano yung hindi natin dapat i-copy. We have to turn off some of the layers. Okay, so we'll be turning off text for the meantime. Okay, and of course this, that's kailangan lang. You also have to turn off the structural hidden and structural footing. Kasi hindi naman natin, no, sorry. Yun na lang. Okay? Now, you just have to copy this part. Yan. Okay? So, you just have to copy this kasi yun lang naman po yung kailangan natin. The rest, what they call this? The rest will just be modified later. Okay? Of course, you have to copy this. Okay? So, after that, Okay, copy natin pataas. Yan. Okay, so burahin natin to, hindi naman natin kasi sila kailangan. And so once you were able to copy this, you can already restore na po yung mga in-off ninyong layers earlier. Okay? And there you go. So bumalik na siya. Okay, anyway, for this, we will be deleting a few, so we don't need this part. Okay, hindi natin kailangan yun nandito. Okay, same with this. Din po. There you go. We don't need this also kasi sa may perimeter fence na yan. Okay. And then this one, let us check. Baka magamit natin siya. This is 0.15. So we can recycle it kasi may roof beam tayo dito. Okay? Now, ito yung mga footing tie beam natin from last time. Hindi ko sila binura kasi they will be recycled as roof beam naman. Okay? So, ang gawin natin, select natin to. Ilipat natin siya ng layer na roof beam. Okay? So, we can just simply MA, enter. Select natin to. Do not delete the hatch. Okay? Kasi gagamitin na, or para hindi na tayo maglagay pa. There you go. So, we have roof beam here kasi yung eaves natin, tapos meron pa tayong firewall, okay? So, there you go. Now, dito meron tayong roof beam po papunta dito. Yan, diretso yan. So, what we're going to do is, again, sabi ko nga, recycle to. Let us check. This one is 0.15 but we need 0.2 kasi typically yung dimension na roof beam is nasa 0.2 by 0.3. So, mag-a-adjust lang naman tayo on both sides. That's 0.25 or 0.025. Sorry. Okay, burahin ko lang to. And again, that's MA. Click. And there you go. And just copy. Okay. All good. Now, yung ifs ko po, I am at 1.2. Okay, kaya lang kasi 'di ba meron tayong firewall. So the firewall is nasa 0.30. So therefore this one is nasa 1.5. Okay? So ganun din po dun sa kabila. So I have to offset this grid, offset at 1.5, enter. The same with this, offset it that way. So I can click this and stretch this part kasi may beam yun. Okay? Kasi may bibit-bitin siyang firewall pa rin kahit nasa labas na siya ng bahay. Okay, so select this and modify things. Okay, and then just copy one text. Copy tayo ng isang naka 0 degrees at isang naka 90. Okay, Control C. Hope you follow. Just let me know if medyo mabilis siya. Okay, I'll just click the grip. Okay, move it a little upwards and double click and then type RB. Pwedeng meron ka roof beam 1, pwedeng meron roof beam 2. Okay, but on some cases, uniform lang sila. Okay, so just copy on the snap to midpoint. Kasi almost uniform naman yung sa akin. Okay, tapos eto, double click, that is roof beam also. Just click the grip as a midpoint. Move it a little upwards. And same pa rin, copy natin siya. CO, enter, select this, enter. You pick on the midpoint and click every midpoint. Okay, so we're almost good that we were able to establish the roof beams. Okay, next after is igitna natin yung pinaka-apex niya. Although meron naman roof na hindi naman symmetrical yung slope niya. Minsan, mas nakaslope yun sa bandang likuran or yun sa bandang harapan. But for this one, symmetrical po ako. Okay? So, I'll just take the or of course, trusses muna pala. Sorry for that. Trusses muna pala tayo. So, click trusses. I'll be creating a line here. Yan, dun sa pinakagitna. And then we have a distance of 3.5 for each truss. Actually, medyo malayo na siya ng konti. Pero pasok pa naman. At saka one story lang naman siya. So what you can do with this, if you don't want to add another span of truss, so what you can do is probably, lakihan nyo na lang yung bakal na gagamitin nyo for the truss. For example, if you're just about to use 1.5 or 1.5 inch, you can use 2 by 2 inches angle bar. Okay, anyway, I'll be copying this. Okay, so pick natin siya. Doon siya sa tapat ng truss. Malapit dito. Summerhill. Yan. Then double click. That will be truss lang. Kasi isa lang yung truss ko. But on some cases, others number them talaga. Lalo na kung madaming bali po yung project natin. Anyway, let's copy this one. Okay. So I'll be, anyway, adjust ko pala dito. Sorry. This is 0.3. Okay. Hindi naman siya sasagad kasi dun sa firewall. 0.3. Okay, so copy the line, copy the text, enter, and you can stop to the midpoint. Okay? Now, yung pinaka-apex ko pa is wala naman po siya dito sa gitna na roof beam na to. Nasa gitna siya ng truss. Okay? If I select this, andito siya. Okay? So, no problem with that. I'll just be creating a line. There you go. And stretch ko na lang. Okay? So, this will be your line of apex. Okay? Now, I'll be selecting that. Ilipat ko na lang muna siya sa purlins. Yan. And then, ulit, ilan po yung distance natin for purlins? Si Julio Daniel. Good morning. Mm-mm. Just a review lang, recap lang. Ilan yung lalagay natin ulit distance for purlins? From Building Tech, if you still recall. 0.6. Okay, thank you. So we're going to offset it at 0.6. So specify offset distance, that's 0.6. Enter. And then select this. And then after selecting it, meron kayong multiple options. So click that kasi marami po yung kailangan natin. Okay? So that will be 1. Basta nagkiklik lang kayo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enter. Or isa pa. Yan. And enter. Okay? Tapos yung pinakadulo dito, yan, as you can see, meron pa siyang lagpas. That will be the fascia. Okay? So, gawa lang po ako ng line dun sa dulo-dulo. There you go. So, andyan na po yung mga purlins ninyo. So, the next thing to do is you're just going to mirror this part. Or pwede rin naman kayong mag-offset if you want. Okay, pwede nyo ituloy. Just do not forget to emphasize this part as your apex line. Okay? So, ilagay na natin siya. Adjust ko lang to. Okay? Remember, as the one who creates or who drafts or whatever your role is, make sure na kompletos recados po yung represent ninyong plano. Kasi it may really create confusion pag nasa actual construction na yan, apex line. Or apex pick. Okay? Now, let's go back with this. I'll be okay, offset na lang sige. Although pwede rin naman siya mirror. Okay? So, multiple ulit. So, just click and there you go. Then, of course, create the line for the fascia. Okay? So, you're almost done. Okay? So, yung kasunod na lang po nun is the cross bracing. Okay? Yung cross bracing is on every half part of the span of one truss to another. For example, meron tayong truss dito. Ayan, truss yan. Okay? So, andito yung span niya. So, half span dito. Okay? So, from the layers, let us look for cross bracing. Okay? So, that's L, enter. You pick dun sa dulo hanggang dun sa kalahati niya. Okay? So, another L, enter. So, you pick from the end point and to this part. Okay? So, that's the cross bracing. Okay? So, quick save. So, I will just be mirroring this Or pwede rin i-copy. But yun sa akin kasi is symmetrical siya on every part. So I'll just be doing MI. Select this and this, enter. So this will be my line of symmetry, this column. 1 and 2. Click, enter. So enter to repeat mirror. Select these 4 objects that represent your cross bracing. Enter. And dito po yung line of symmetry ko. 1 and 2. Okay, enter. So you're almost done for the cross bracing. Yan po. Okay? So again, save. So the next thing will be the sagrads. Ulitin ko, sagrads are actually the part wherein it reinforces or it creates compression and tension sa mga purlins natin. Okay? Pag nasa actual na kayo, maintindihan nyo lalo to. Minsan kasi pag lines lang sila, you're having hard time. But I know you know them. Okay? So just a refresher lang. Anyway, so for this span, let us check the sagrads. Okay, ayan sila. Okay, so what I did, kung titignan ninyo, is butal siya. Okay? So ano bang ginawa ko dito? So for this span kasi, yan, ginawa ko, I just cut it into 3. And that determined my distance from one sagrad to another. Okay? So ganito na lang gawin natin, ha. Okay. Punta muna tayo dito. Select current natin yung sagrad. Now, I'm going to create a line. Dito lang sa span na to. Okay. Now, I need 3 divisions or I need this line to be cut into 3 para makapag-establish ako ng distance evenly. Okay, so ang gagawin ko is div, enter. Select this, enter. Sabi niya, enter the number of segments. So I need this to be cut into 3. Enter. Okay, so since nakat siya ng 1, 2, and 3 or na-divide siya, if I'm going to create a line, yan na, meron kayo. Ito siya. Okay, so that line was cut into 3 by a point. Nakita nyo, may nag-i-snap na node. That will only snap, escape ko if your object snap node is naka-turn on. Okay? Or kung ayaw nyo mag-divide, pwede naman, provided is, ang gagawin nyo, i-divide nyo into 3 yung span na to or yung nakuha nyo na to. But ako kasi, if I'm about to cut a span into several segments, lalo na kung hindi po, hindi yung makukuha ko number is not a whole number, I better use the divide option. Okay? So anyway, that's L. Okay? Since meron akong snap dito, that will be my reference. Okay, and then just click there. Okay? The same, L, enter. Okay, there you go. After that, burahin nyo yun. Okay, ito, meron siyang point object dyan. Yung point object na yun, test, yun po yung pinag-divide niya dun sa line kanina upon the divide command. Okay, better yet, burahin nyo sila. You can erase them this way. Then press delete or erase, enter. Pati ito, burahin nyo na rin. Okay? So, copy. Okay? So, again, symmetrical lang naman ako. Yan. Okay? So, I'm good. Okay? So, what's the next thing to do after this? Dit, sir. Pagkatapos niyan, anong gagawin natin para mas mabilis?
Hello po, ma'am.
Hi. Do you want to create the entire thing again and again for the 2 units beside?
Ma'am, nagbabuffer po yung mic. Saglit po.
Sige, go on.
Paulit po, ma'am.
Okay. Nakita mo naman on how I did the entire framing, di ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So, what to do with the other units?
Tayo ka-copy paste po, ma'am.
Copy paste. Control C, Control C, Control V, or just direct yung copy command.
Copy command po, ma'am.
Oo. Kasi pag sa copy command, you have the base point. Okay? Sakto
Yes,
siya. Okay?
Opo.
And then, after that, you have to adjust kasi naka-firewall na yung sa both sides. Tama?
Opo.
Okay. Thank you. Sige. So, ito na yon. So, again, you're just going to copy this. Tapos, pati na rin po yung mga column tags natin, you're going to copy them kasi kanina nag-off tayo ng text nung kinapin natin sila. Okay, madali lang naman yan. Kaya nyo na. So, therefore, after that, eto na po yung finished product natin. Okay, so parang cooking show lang. May nakareding lutong pagkain si ma'am. Okay? Ah, I'll be providing a PDF copy, of course, para meron kayong ano. So, you're going to specify the materials. Okay, so yun po yung character or attribute ng isang plano. May specifications, may dimensions, may labels. Okay? So, kahit na nga yung ka-MU mo, kung wala kayong label, di ba, parang confused ka. So, ganun din po, mas lalo na sa plano. Okay, para pagdating sa actual construction, hindi nagkakapaan at pag ginawa po yung bill of materials, yung nag estimate alam niya kung anong i-estimate niya. Hindi pahirapan. Okay? So, you can take reference from this. Pwede nyo silang gamitin. You can copycat them. Pero meron din naman, pwede na din naman kayong maglagay ng ibang specifications dyan. Pwede rin kayong magdagdag. Okay? So, for example, itong roof beam, kung gusto nyo pati ito, i-specify nyo dito kung ilang bakal ginamit ninyo. On how are the spacing of your reinforcement. You can also do that. Okay? So, afterwards, that will be the roof plan. Okay? So, I will no longer be demonstrating this because hindi naman siya ganun kakomplikado. You just have to hatch things. Pero for this, ang ginamit ko pong hatch dito is user-defined. Okay? So, that's user-defined. And yung angle niya is 90 kasi pag hindi ko ni 90 yan, for example, naka-0 ako, eto siya. Yung slope natin sa likod, di ba? That's why I put 90. Spacing is 0.2. Kasi bakit? Ang ginamit ko po, ulitin ko lang, is rib type. Okay? So, for the rib type, excuse me. So, yung rib type natin are, pag tinignan mo sa actual, mga lines sila. Yung ribs niyan, yung spatio po niyan is 0.2 or 8 inches. Yes, I'm very sure of that kasi sinukat ko. I myself sinukat ko, okay? That's why I'm using this 0.2, which is again equivalent to 8 inches in English measurement. Okay? So same, gagawin nyo lang naman po yung sa gitna, then you just copy the other two. When I do the roof plan, hindi ko na po sinasama yung mga column tags. Okay? Even sa columns, hindi ko na sila sinasama. Just the roof plan alone. And of course, you need to reflect somehow the beams through hidden lines. Okay? And yung arrow or the direction of your slope, that is very crucial also. Kasi baka naninibago or baka bago pa lang yung nagbabasa ng plano. So, it will really be a little crucial for them if you fail to specify this direction of your roof slope. Okay, and of course, the materials. Okay, so you can use this one. Pwede nyo i-copycat, pwede rin kayong magdagdag, pwede rin po kayong magpalit. Okay? So, punta tayo sa layout. Kunwari, nagawa na yan. Just a refresher lang ulit, although naturo ko na ng ilang beses. Okay, so you already have this A3 paper, so you can copy it downwards. Let us double-click inside. Hanapin po natin yung roof framing plan. Ito yan. Gitna natin. And then, of course, yung floor plan scale natin, we have yung sa scale 1 is to 100. So, dapat ganun din po sa mga succeeding layouts, be it electrical, be it sanitary, okay, be it framing. So, they should be of the same scale. That's the standard architectural presentation, okay, or architectural drafting. Anyway, that's Z, enter. Okay, so we need a scale of 1 is to 100, so that will be 1 over 100 XP, enter. So there you go. Kitna nyo na lang po. Okay, so double click outside. Foundation plan. Let us just move this a little upwards and double click this one. And then type it roof framing plan. Scale 1 is to 100. And ulitin ko din po, make sure that when you do this technical working drawings, you always use upper cases. Okay? Next, you can copy this one again. Okay, so afterwards, you go here, double click, and you look for the roof plan. Okay, so i-center siya. Then again, they enter 1 over 100 XP. Okay, there you go. And double click outwards. Ito kasing text na to, wala siya sa model. Nasa layout na siya. Kaya you don't have to modify it dun sa model. Okay? Anyway, I'll just be eliminating the framing word. Okay? And escape and control S. Now, nasa layout na tayo. Okay? Wala na tayo sa model. And if you notice, your some of your or a lot of your lines that are non-continuous are not adjusted. Okay? So, before natin siya convert ng PDF, you have to type LTS. So, this one is 0.005. So, check niyo baka your computer or yung AutoCAD na ginagamit yung might be needing a value lower than that. Okay? So, pwede po kasi mangyari yun. So, ayan. Okay? So, lines that are not continuous create emphasis also. Kaya hindi tayo pwedeng puro continuous lines lang. Okay, so once you're done, that's Control P. So again, DWG to PDF, A3, window, naka-monochrome lang. Okay? So you know what to do with this one. I'll stop sharing. Okay, paki-on po yung camera. Okay, were there any parts of the discussion that are a little unclear or mabilis ba or nakuha naman po?
Nakuha naman po.
Nakuha naman. Okay, sige, that's good to hear. Okay, so again, this will be due next week. Kaya naman ng powers nyo, di ba? Copy-copy offset lang naman yan. Okay? Tapos, after that, after this one, we still have 2 more weeks. So, for next week, i-discuss ko yung sa may sanitary. That will be your second to the last plate. And the last plate will be the isometric view of the sanitary. Okay? Ibig sabihin, yung plumbing layout, yung water line, yung sewer line, at saka yung drain line, gagawan natin sila ng isometric layout. Madali lang din yon. Okay? Mukha lang sila mahirap, but if you will be seeing the process, things are just actually on average lang. Okay? So this will be submitted next Friday. That's July 23. Okay? So that's 5 p.m. po. Okay? So I think everyone's amenable with that. Carry naman po ng powers ninyo. I believe. Okay? You should. Okay? Oh, after this pala, 5 years na kayo, di ba? So, good luck sa thesis, ha? I just don't know kung matutulog ba kayo by that time. Hindi, kaya naman. Okay, kinaya ng current batch. Actually, yesterday, they had their pre-qualifying exams or yung pre-board examinations. So far, okay naman yung naging result. Okay, anyway, that's it for today, everyone. You still have any more concerns before I dismiss you?